Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kathy and this is Budget Your Journey. Today we're going to go ahead and budget out, or I'm going to show you how I budgeted out my week 4 paycheck for August. I've changed some things up. Usually I had started using the sinking fund paper update and I created something online. So we're going to see how that works. And then when we get to the debt portion, we're going to talk about that. I'm back from my trip that I took to the Sawtooth Wilderness for a backpacking trip. It was fun, it was hard, but we had a great time. I did overspend on the eating out category by about $19, but that's why I didn't make that extra debt payment until I got back. So that way I had that as a cushion. So anyways, let's get into it. Oh, before I do that, sorry, I just woke up like a half an hour ago. I did get my new wallet from Missy Money. It's a little bigger than what I was expecting, but it's pretty nice. It's pretty, so I have my one little envelope in here that I'll put my grocery money in. I'll probably get a little, I don't know, we'll see what I do with that. Spot for our cards and yeah, pretty nice. I'm gonna set that off to the side right now. I'm gonna set my calculator off to the side right now too. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now I'm gonna hit record. We're gonna dive into the budget. Okay, so right here, as we all know, I do a buffer of $25 each paycheck. That gives me something extra. And because I did overspend on the category, overspent last week, that buffer came in handy. Oh, I gotta remember that moves. This KEC, that's my electric bill. It's $113.99, I think is what it is. So that'll come out. I've already got that scheduled to come out on the 25th. This is the second half of the retirement. So in the previous check, week 3, I took out the first half. So Sirius and YouTube Premium, they come out on the 1st of every month. And I transfer this to my spend checking account. And that's where stuff like that comes out of. And then here's the first half of the mortgage. And here is the variable spending for the month. Here's my grocery money for $200. Here's the fuel for $600. Here's my cash for $50. I do have a note on this one that I have to save this for my haircut coming up. I have a haircut coming up in about 2 weeks before my next paycheck. So I have dinner out in here for $100. I haven't told my husband that I put this in the budget. So when he's in the shower right now because we're off today because just got back late Wednesday. And today's Friday morning and I have an appointment at 8:30 that I gotta boogaloo for. Anyways, so I put this in the budget and he puts all my videos together and so he'll find out about this when he's putting the video together. And then man camp. So our church does a men's retreat. They call it man camp because I guess you can't call it men's retreat. I don't know. Whatever, I don't care. Where they all the men of the church, there's 3 churches in the area, they go camping and they have just time alone together, which is good for them. But that costs $150 because all food, the camping, everything's provided. Okay, and here is the savings and sinking funds area. So my cash envelope, I'm gonna pull out 90. I've already done a pre-review of my green binder, but that's a new spreadsheet I created too. So we're gonna walk through that one together. We'll see how that does. And then 40 every week for month ahead because I gotta build that month ahead fund. And then here's the 50 that I'm gonna transfer to tires. I was doing 100, but everybody has told me that my tires look okay and that I should get another winter out of them. Now, I live in North Idaho and we get quite a bit of snow, except for last year. We didn't get any snow last year, so who knows? South got our snow and I don't know what we're expected to get this year. So I wanna be prepared in case I do need to get new tires. And if I don't, then I'm prepared for next year. Next season. Okay, and here is the extra debt. And this is where we get to talk about one big change that took place. So in last week's video, I mentioned that we had a Volkswagen van up for sale and we thought we had a buyer for it. And when we got back from our trip, we found out that they changed their mind, which is fine. I'm okay with that. To be honest, because my husband and I have both been struggling about selling this and do we really want to sell this? And is this the right thing to do? But right before we put it up for sale, we took it into the shop because we wanted to have a good once over and make sure everything was okay. Brakes needed to be replaced, battery needed to be replaced. We replaced the battery, but it's still expensive. We had them do the brake rotor, I think rotors, I don't know, and some other stuff to it. Well, that was $3,000 of work that had to be done to it. And so I put it on the credit card and said, as long as I sell it before that payment comes due, I'm fine. And because we thought we had a buyer for it, I wasn't going to worry about this balance. But now, because they changed their mind, I have to worry about this balance. So I'm pivoting from making my Toyota extra payment to my Toyota to making extra payments to this Chase card until it's paid off. So this 308 right here, that's where that's going to go. And so from here until this is paid off, that's where all the extra money is going to go. Okay, now we are going to move on to the new spreadsheets I created. I got to move this guy out of the way. And then this is the savings. So the sinking fund and savings sheet, paper sheet, I'm going to try this online. You guys tell me what you think. I'm going to hit record. So let's see, what did I put into today? I put into tires. So I just created this. It's just a simple Excel spreadsheet that I created, and I'll probably just update the date for each month and take the ending balance and move it over here to the beginning balance. So September, anything that's here will move over here. And throughout the month as I put into it, I'll just add, or if I take out, I'll just put that here. So tires, we're going to put 50 in. And so then that will increase our balance to 400. And then month ahead, I just put in a calculation up top. And so I'm going to add 40. So that'll give me 120 for the month so far. And that'll take us to a balance of 791. I just like Excel better. That way I don't have to, I don't know. For me, it just works better. You guys tell me what you think. And then the next one that I did is a cash planning one. And this is just the cash planning for the $90 that I'm going to pull out for my green binder. So let me hit record. So here, I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to pull out my green binder. Now you're going to notice Mini Monday is not on there because when I do start Mini Monday, it's going to have a slot of its own on my budget for $20. So I don't know when we're going to get that started. I'll be honest with that. I don't know when we're going to get that started, but we will. So health and beauty, so it has 30 in there. So I'm going to put 10 in here and see, because Excel, it's going to calculate it for me. I like that. Beverage, I'm going to give it its 20. Coffee, I have used every last bit of this coffee money. So it's going to get its 10. Costco is going to get 10. And we're going to go to Costco today. We're going to go to my appointment. We're going to go grocery shop, and then we're going to go to Costco. So I will take this envelope with me today. Drinks, we've used every last bit of this money. So I'm going to put 10 in there. And then household, it has 40, so I'm going to go ahead and give it 10. Pantry has 20. So now pantry's max is 30. So if we don't spend out of this, this will just remain at 30. And I just realized I forgot to put my microphone on. Hopefully this sounds okay. Anyways, and then wax will get 10. That's how come it's getting 90. So how much I pull out each paycheck will determine how much I have in my envelopes. Sorry about that beeping. If you hear that, that's my coffee pot turning off. And so now I'm going to fill this out over here. So I'm going to have 110, 120, and the rest of these are going to be 10. Oh, except for coffee. Coffee is not 10. I like to do 2 5s on that one. Sometimes my keyboard doesn't want to work. And that should, oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't give me a total here, because that should total 90 as well. Yep, that totals 90. Okay, so I have transferred what we just did on the one spreadsheet over here to my cash denomination breakdown. So my $90 that I'm pulling out for cash, I'm going to take 2 5s, 6 10s, and 120. My total cash that I'm taking out is 340. And then there is my breakdown down here of what I'm going to take. So we're going to go ahead and fill this out together. I should have just had this ready. I think I only have one left from the Budget Moms workbook that I had bought a few years back. And I have an Excel that I created like this. And I can't remember if I've got the denominations filled out on it, or if I don't, I'm going to, because then I'll just print a sheet. I don't know how many hundreds. I do have 50s, 20s, 10, 5s, and 5s. I've got 2 10s. It's kind of hard to follow because you don't see it because it's way up top. You'd have to see the whole screen. These are 5s, 10s, 20s, and 50s is how that works. So 6 10s, 120, and 5 50s. So this is 10, 60, 20, and then 250. And then that gives me my 340 that I'm pulling out for cash. So that kind of concludes this cash planning. I feel like it was a little rushed and kind of scattered, probably because I just truly woke up at 6:30. How I woke up, I was sound asleep in the middle of a dream. Like I said, we just got back. And I'm mid-50s, and so a 30-mile backpacking trip in the Sawtooth Wilderness is tough work. And so both my husband and I were pretty tired yesterday. And I got up with the dogs yesterday morning. So he said he'd get up with the dogs this morning. And we woke up to one of our dogs getting sick. So that was fun. That jolts you out of bed right away. And so he took off with her and the other dog downstairs. And then I fell back to sleep. I didn't expect to fall back to sleep after jolting awake, but I did. And then the next thing I woke up to, I was in the middle of a dream and I woke up to the garbage truck. And I went, uh-oh, did we put our garbage cans out? And I got up and I ran out and I'm like, I hear the garbage truck. Did we put the garbage cans out? And he's like, no. And so we live in a condo area, and so they start at the front, thankfully, and we're closer to the back. And so he was able to get the garbage cans out before the garbage truck got to us. And then I thought I should get this filmed because I'm going to have to jump in the shower next. And so we can get out. Well, who knows if we're even going to get breakfast. It's one of those mornings. So if this video is a little rushed or scattered, I apologize for that. Like I said, I realized I forgot my mic. So we're going to see how well this phone picks it up. If it doesn't, I guess I'll just re-record this whole thing. Anywho, that's it. So have a great rest of your day. Tell me how you like the new spreadsheet system that I'm doing. And then don't forget to budget your journey, because every dollar just has a destination and every journey begins with a single step. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.